Hey guys, I wanted to do a quick demo. Unfortunately, I'm by myself with how much a flow ball makes a difference when you're trying to figure out what's going on with the port. Now, this port's seen a ton of work since last time you guys have seen it. It's not necessarily really better. It's a little better in the mid-range. It's maxing out right now about 218. Where it's set right now. And what I'm just going to do, since you're not going to be able to hear me when I have the bench running, is I'm going to have it start up just where it is, and you guys should be able to see how many CFM, and then I'm going to put a flow ball. Where is it? I'm going to use a 3/8 flow ball, and I'm going to put it right in this corner over here. And then I'm just going to go back up to see the CFM. Alright, phase 2 is take a little chunk of clay and put it there. See if you still get the same thing. Alright, forget what I was talking about. I got interrupted. But it looks kind of pretty. I mean, let's see if we can change that light. I'm not a real fan of making these type of wings because they're very difficult to make exactly the same from port to port. But I've done them before, and they definitely have merit depending upon the design of the port. So I'm out of flow sheets because this thing's been on and off the bench more times than I'd like to admit. So my hand-drawn flow sheet, which is horrendous, you're going to have to compare it to the last time we were up. Hold on. Okay. Dodge 302, 1.78, back cut, texture. I have to show you the valve. Okay, I machined the valve with just a burr to get the existing crapola off of it. And for this flow here, it's still a 45. Let me do my pluses and minuses on here for you. Okay, so this is going off of a cut you guys haven't seen because it's just to show them all is just insane. So this is what happened when I put the floor wing in. The cut before that was the textured valve. Took all the junk off the valve. Okay. Brought it right down to my back cut. You can see that. What's on here now is a 50. It actually looks okay. I didn't notice that with the naked eye, but I can see it through the camera now. It's got a 50, it's got a 35 back cut, and it's still got part of the original 30. Did not mean to do that, but that's the way it is right now. Okay. You know, they say you learn a lot by making mistakes. I make plenty of them. Okay, so what did we get? We got plus, minus, 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 plus, 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 plus. Decent in here. Not great, but decent. You know, stuck right around this. I haven't really been able to beat that so much so far. Okay, so how about this cut versus the 50 with the 35-degree back cut? Let's put the pluses and minuses in. You know what we need to talk about? We need to talk about the swirl. Now, think about it. When you put the floor wing in, right, you're lowering the short side radius. So I expected it to take a hit in the mid-range. But I really expected it to pick up the higher flows. Didn't really happen that way. Take a look at how low this swirl is till you get to 300, and then it pops up. It's actually a really nice swirl curve right here. Okay, let's go to the 50. Now, this floor wasn't touched at that point. It just changed the valve job and what's on the valve. Minus, plus, 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 minus, 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 minus. It's a loser. It's a loser. Now, I realize, what I think anyway, I think a 50 acts different on an engine than a 45. So, it is possible that this flow curve right here would make more power than this. I don't have enough experience with 50s to be an expert on that by any means. Take a look at our swirl, though. Our swirl completely changed, right? From minus 19, it was actually spinning the wrong way, to 626. So you gave up some CFM, but you added a ton of swirl down low, which I'm not thrilled with. All right, plus, 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 minus, minus, minus at the top. These are not bad at the top. Those are good. These are too fast. Now, could we change that with the wing in the back of the bowl? Probably. Probably. Somebody said do an LS style wing. That might really work, especially the way the dicom hits the back of that bowl. That's what I think that wing's really for. It's to shear that fuel so it doesn't hit the back of that bowl. It puts it more right into suspension. You guys can give me your thoughts on that. As far as the exhaust, I think I'm done with the exhaust. The exhaust is a 45 seat right now, and it's still a 1.5. What I did change was the profile on the valve. Okay. What I did is I took the valve and I hit it with a burr. I knocked the existing back cut down, made the valve seat a decent thickness, not this real thick one that I've had the whole time. And if you take a look, it's not quite a tulip, but I don't think it's that far off from the way a Dodge valve is shaped. I think it's pretty close. So I think this is a little bit more representative of what should be going in these heads. You know what? I'm going to go off on a tangent a bit and voice my opinion of this whole project. Now, I know DV. I know him pretty well. I mean, once he makes up his mind, it's pretty much done. But what I would do, keeping in the idea that originally this project started with, you could use 318 heads. I think the only valves I would allow is maybe 360 valves. 188, 1.6. Call it done. Got to get it done with that size valve. I think that valve is plenty big enough to get done what we got to do. I don't think I would even allow offset grinding the crank. Be able to deck the block, mill the heads. You want to be fancy, you angle mill the heads. That would help a lot. Get your compression way up. You have to build it like a restrictor motor, you know, because you're stuck on CFM going in. As far as the cam, yeah, I like the idea of taking a new stock cam and regrinding it. I think that's fine. That's about it. The only thing it's going to need that's not Chrysler is some decent valve springs. Now, can you stick a set of 340 valve springs in there? I think that would be okay. Other than that, it's going to be all Chrysler. And I like that idea. That's just my opinion. Oh, I'm going to go off on another tangent. I decided to go online and see what people were saying about this this project. And to all my haters, and there's a bunch of them, I'm glad you're thinking about me, guys. I don't know what else to say. It's kind of funny. Why would you hate me? I don't know. Why would I waste so much time on this? Because I said I would help on this project. This is a charity project, guys. And am I getting paid for it? No, I'm not getting paid for it. How many times has it been on the bench? A ton of times. And have I learned anything? Learning is a strange thing when your head is made out of Italian granite. So let's go over. You know what we forgot to do? We forgot to do our airspeeds. I don't know if you care or not. This cut, these airspeeds, okay? Let me put the pluses and minuses in from last time. Okay, from the cut before that you guys didn't see, our pinch, bottom of the pinch, top of the pinch. We got a minus, plus, and a minus. Roof, cylinder wall side, went down a little bit. Center of the cylinder, went down a little bit. Short side radius, cylinder wall side, went up. Center of the short side radius, which has a floor wing at this point, right? Went down. And your center of cylinder went up a little bit. Okay, now let's take a look at these airspeeds. Now these pluses and minuses are in reference to the cut just before it, okay? On your pinch, minus, minus, plus. On your roof, minus, minus. So you're going from a 45 to a 50 at this point. It's kind of interesting to look at it. And what happened on your short side radius? Plus, plus, minus. Okay. Do I have anything to say about that? Yeah, it looks like the short side radius needs even more work. As of this point, that floor was really thick, so I didn't take that much off that floor to put that little mini wing in. But, as you can see, we had 180 at 0.3 here, and we went down 175 with the 50. Now, is that what usually happens with a 50? I don't know. Like I said, I don't have that much experience with it. Let me show you guys the done exhaust, because I've had it with the exhaust. Okay, guys, sorry we don't have any sheets. But this is it. This is the reshaped valve. And I don't know if I wrote anything else on here, what I've done. It doesn't look like it. I don't know what else I did at that point. But it has been touched a couple times since last time you've seen it. So these are in reference to the cut before it. Plus, 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 plus. 167.1 at 450 lift. That's the highest I've done so far. You put a pipe on it, and it's 186.5. The airspeeds for that are here. 295, 297. Tough to get more even than that. 326, 325. Tough to get more even than that. 219.4, 218. And I took one in the middle, 326. 326, 326, 325. Now remember, that's a 45 seat, and it's basically got almost no throat, because I'm guessing I goofed that up when I originally ported these, which is possible. Now, if I stick a 1.6 in there, I'm sure I could do even better than that. But that ain't bad. For the size port it is, and only 450 lift, I think that's pretty much happening. All right, guys. As you can tell, I'm completely toast. Okay. I'm so toasted that I almost forgot to show you the bore again. Overall, the 50, I think the 50 has a pretty nice pattern on it. The 50 seems to skip over a lot of that chamber and hit that ridge. Now, is that good? I don't know. It's just definitely different than it was. I'm not a wet flow expert. I mean, I don't like that big chunk right by the plug. I think that's going to cause problems. How do I fix it? It's a good question. Put a bigger valve in, I think. I mean, I think I'm done with these at this point, because I can't stand looking at them for another second. Would they be able to do what they have to do with the flows we have? I don't know. It depends how bad the intake of that tiny carb knocks us back. Like I said, I think it's going to knock us all the way down from 219 to 160 CFM. So, I got one nice guy who said he would send me a set of retainers and locks. That way I can actually lift it more than 450. Got another guy that said he would ship me an intake manifold. That would be great. I got another guy that said he would send me a set of 188 1.6 valves. And a couple extras so I could do some back cuts and stuff. I think I'm done with these until any of these guys actually send it. Need to thank anyone who sent me some extra Christmas cash. Believe me, you send it to me, my wife will spend it. I guarantee it. Not a problem. The one thing that's nice about that is she doesn't mind me being in the garage as much. So I want to thank anyone that's decided to donate a few bucks. I appreciate it. That will go directly to my seat and guide machine when I figure out which one I want and save up some money. All right, guys. Thanks a lot. I think we're going to be done till Christmas. So have a Merry Christmas, guys. And I really appreciate you guys hanging out with me. And feedback overall has been really good. And as far as my haters, I appreciate you guys too. Thanks.